So I put down some sweet pea seeds that I've soaked, and there they are. They're coming up very nicely and very quickly. I had an olive net. I will show that in a second. Just to, well, one for birds, two for poultry, which are technically birds. So I have some roosters loose and they're moving about, and also cats. So I didn't want them to come and dig before the seeds germinated. They're still vulnerable at this stage, but they're coming up very fast. Now I was very lazy and just threw a bunch of it, and it's quite random, so there's no germination here. Not enough anyway. So there's a lot here, there's a lot here. Yeah, this is a good spot because it gets quite a bit of sunlight, probably enough, and also it will provide some nitrogen to the bulbs eventually. I won't say a lot, but some of the nitrogen that will be deposited on the nodules, which will be on the roots of the sweet peas, will be taken up by the plants eventually. And also the fact that the roots are around, it helps with the soil structure in general. The net is this one, and they've actually started growing through it, which I did not want that. So I had to wiggle it out, and thankfully they weren't too much. They weren't too big, so I could wiggle it out without destroying them. We had quite a bit of rain, so I am not gonna water this anytime soon, especially the big ones. They're coming along very well. Touch wood. So this is the slow one, but you can see the progression through the videos. You can see it's starting to grow, and this one as well. So yeah, the other thing I wanted to show last time, and it was quite dark, so this is sort of the allotment. It doesn't look like much because it's not, but I have planted some broad beans, so there they are. Okay, we have some snails and slugs going around and taking a bite. What I probably do is mulch it with some ash, wood ash, and I'm not sure if that's gonna fend them off, but we'll see. I don't know why I have it in my mind that wood ash is going to work, but in any case, I'm going to do that. You can see a bunch of seedlings from wild plants coming up. I love this wild plant. This is great for chickens, and the root does not go really deep, and it stays pretty much on the surface, and it covers the surface, so there's a lot of it allows for a lot of microbial activity on the surface, and things break down and become organic matter basically. It looks pretty, which is not that important to me, but still something. They have a yellow flower at some point, So yeah, these are peaches and nectarines that are still have their leaves on, but you can see they drop very easily. So, and you can see a lot on the floor as well. This pyracantha, I've cut this back quite a bit. If it's grown through the pot, and yeah, it came up very fast. It's well established. Oregano, this is going quite good. I've pruned this back quite hard. Well, I didn't prune it back, I just cut a lot of the big branches off and harvested the flowers, which this is what we use in Cyprus. We just do that. We let this dry and we just do that, and you can use it. It's extremely fragrant. It's more fragrant than the leaves. Oh. So what I'm gonna do is find the lowest. I'm gonna find the lowest place where the plant has new shoots. So for example, you can see some in there, some down there, and I'm gonna cut it back to that, because when you leave, and lavender as well is similar, when you leave them grow like this, the lower branches just they don't die, but they start producing shoots, and they only leave the very top growing. It doesn't look nice, and also it becomes like it takes over the place. You can see it's up to there. So I want it compact and more better managed. It layered itself. So it put some. This went down. It was moist enough for long enough, so it grew roots. And now this, if I cut this to here, if I cut this is a separate oregano. It's a separate plant. It's a very reliable way of propagating a lot of plants. Obviously, it's not possible with every plant, because you can't just lower a citrus tree, for example, on the floor. You can't do that with big trees or anything. But what you can do is air layer, where I've shown it before. You just put substrate and you stabilize it on a on a point on the plant. I think I have it here. So like this. This was just an experiment. It was the laziest air layer. I just made a couple of cuts and just left it there. And normally you have to remove the bark. But it has grown callus, so in theory, if I had this covered up and with something moist, it would have grown roots. So yeah, this in theory will grow roots eventually, if I keep it moist. It's looking pretty hard right now, so I've been very lazy with it. It's because, I remember, I put a piece of pipe. So put like this, it separates. So I just put it around, put substrate inside, and just covered it. again, an experiment. So yeah, just check this out. Now, I don't want to jinx it, but this maybe, just maybe, even give us some flowers. But I don't want to jinx it. I'm not expecting any flowers from you guys whatsoever. So no pressure. At least not until next year. Then you better flower. Now check this. Basil is doing amazing. Obviously I have to protect it from really cold nights, so it definitely cannot take frost. So although we don't get much frost, we will get at some point, but we don't get much. So what I might do at that when that happens is I'll either move it to somewhere sheltered, or I'll put a bag over it and put some holes through, and maybe remove it during the day, or yeah, just leave it on. And even if some of the leaves rot, it's not that big of a deal. It's not gonna stay long on it anyway. This moringa is another one I have to look out for. I definitely put that under something. And cut. So yeah, these are looking good. I showed this last time. So this is what I love about roses. You can just hack them and just do whatever, and they come back. This one was just so sick, was so diseased, and look at it now. Look at it now, it's coming back. This is a very fragrant rose, but it flowers only once, which is lazy, but it deserves a spot. This is another air layer. I use these tubs. I don't expect much. I haven't tried it on this plant, and in theory it should work, but I'm just trying to figure out ways to be as lazy as possible. Now you can see this is putting out new growth even this late in the season. Again, this is cypress, so it was sort of expected, but it also shows you how the plant physiology works. So I pruned this a few months ago. It was too hot at the time, and then when temperatures improved, the plant started growing out. I will cut this even more next year, probably. Well, this is one reason I'm leaving this, because I'm planning to cut. Okay, so this is a different plant. This is the Siliquastrum. I'm planning to cut this bit, just so it's not in my face. And also I want to make space for here. I will most likely move some of the fruit trees. And yeah, I need more space because I'm planning to at least have them in this big of a container. Now this is a bit short and wide, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Whoa, it's put on some weight. I have to. I'm gonna move the bag so the water can escape. Okay, good. I want this to ripen and see. Maybe it won't make it because it will get too cold eventually, but we will see. Don't underestimate plants. Again, trusty kumquat. You can see it still trying to flower, which is neat. I'm removing a lot of weeds. Well, I'm cutting them off. I want the roots in there. I don't mind. Obviously, they're taking nutrients out of the soil, but I'm not seeing any deficiencies. And obviously, I do feed them, so I'm not worried about it. And yeah, I would like microbial activity in the soil. It's very healthy, and it will keep the bacteria and the microbes that may be damaging to the plant at bay. It's not obviously has some disadvantages. It increases moisture levels around the plant, which again that may bring out those diseases. But that's why I removed the weeds that are closest to the trunk, and I reduced the size so the sunlight can get in and it doesn't rot the base here. So I'm just trying to find the sweet spot. One thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be removing this mulberry. This is a male one, and it's not doing too well, and I'm gonna put that in a pot and see what happens. And also that lime, I'm gonna remove that lime so I can put more so I can increase my area that I can put the plants for sale. So yeah, this area is gonna be again the same as the other one there, for plants that are for sale. So yeah, and that's it for this one for now.